Chapter 1. Welcome to Wisdom and Leadership with Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking, the brilliant mind who explored the mysteries of the universe, also offered profound insights into the hidden art of leadership. His perspective teaches that true leaders are not defined by titles, but by curiosity, humility, and a relentless desire to understand. In this chapter, we will explore how Hawking's own journey demonstrates that leadership begins with a deep well of wisdom. A story. At the age of 19, when Hawking had just been diagnosed with a degenerative disease, he was asked if he would ever have a career in physics. He answered, "Yes, because I am not going to let my fate dictate my ambition." This humility and determination set the tone for a lifetime of leadership in science. Hawking's work ethic, purchasing a typewriter and later a computer despite limited income, illustrates that leadership is about resourcefulness and persistence, not wealth. Quotes from Hawking that illuminate leadership. 1. If we want to remain human, we must imagine the world in a different way. This reminds us that leaders must think beyond conventional boundaries. 2. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you. A call to leaders to accept uncertainty, experiment, and adapt. Motivational insights. Embrace uncertainty. A leader's strength lies in turning unknowns into opportunity. Lead with curiosity. Ask questions before you give answers. The best leaders learn before they lead. Persist against obstacles. Your setbacks are the stepping stones of future achievement. Concrete action steps today. 1. Write down 3 questions that challenge the status quo of your work or personal life. Set a goal to find answers within 30 days. 2. When faced with a roadblock, list 3 possible ways to work around it rather than giving up. Choose one to implement immediately. 3. Schedule a learning hour each week dedicated to exploring a topic outside your expertise. Summary and takeaways. Leadership is rooted in humility, curiosity, and resilience. Uncertainty is not a threat, but a catalyst for growth. Practical steps, questioning, resourcefulness, persistence, can transform any situation into a leadership opportunity. If you are enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe. Follow for more wisdom and leadership. What question do you have about how curiosity can shape your leadership today? Chapter 2. Core Principles of Wisdom and Leadership in Hawking's Life. Stephen Hawking's approach to wisdom and leadership can be distilled into 5 clear principles: curiosity, resilience, communication, humility, and vision. Each principle is supported by personal anecdotes and quotes that reveal how Hawking lived them. Curiosity. Hawking's book, Black Holes and Baby Universes, began with a desire to understand the unknown. He once said, "It is a great question how we can get a universe to generate from nothing." Curiosity drives leaders to ask, "What if?" and to test ideas against reality. Resilience. After his diagnosis, Hawking had to adapt to a life of paralysis. Yet he continued to write, teach, and inspire the world. His mantra, "The universe could be just a simulation," reminds leaders that setbacks are not the end, but a different perspective. Communication. Hawking's ability to translate complex ideas into accessible language proved his influence. He famously explained black holes in a way anyone could understand. This taught leaders that powerful communication bridges gaps between vision and action. Humility. Despite fame, Hawking often said, "If we want to create something that is truly scientific, we must follow the data, not our ego." Humility allows leaders to admit mistakes, learn from others, and make collective progress. Vision. Hawking's long-term vision of exploring the cosmos spurred practical, policy-level efforts for space travel. He reminded the world, "We can achieve wonders if we dream big." Visionary leaders inspire people to commit to a larger purpose. Motivational insights. Set learning goals that push your boundary of knowledge. View obstacles as opportunities to refine your methods. Practice clear, compassionate communication to inspire trust. Acknowledge your limits to foster collaboration. Formulate a grand vision to rally collective energy. Actionable steps for today. 1. Choose a complex topic in your field and break it into simple explanations. Share this with a peer and refine it. 2. Log a difficult situation you encountered and reflect on what it taught you about resilience. 3. Identify a leader you admire. study their communication style, and try to model it in a presentation. 4. Record a statement acknowledging a recent mistake. Use it as a learning point. 5. Draft a short vision statement for your team or project. Takeaways. These 5 principles interlock. Mastering one requires attention to the others. Leaders who embody curiosity, resilience, communication, humility, and vision become agents of lasting change. If you're enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe. Follow for more wisdom and leadership. How can you combine curiosity and resilience to tackle a challenge in your own field? Chapter 3. Applying Hawking's wisdom in daily leadership. Stephen Hawking did not only theorize, he applied his own principles consistently. Consider the following real-life examples of how Hawking's wisdom guided his actions and how leaders can emulate them. Adapting technology. Hawking's team built software that simulated a spinning black hole. When confronted with hardware limitations, they improvised with the available resources. Lesson: resourcefulness is a cornerstone of leadership. Be inclusive teamwork. Hawking invited students and colleagues from diverse backgrounds to contribute to the information paradox research. He listened to their insights, which later shaped his theories. Lesson: inclusive leadership amplifies innovation. See public outreach. Hawking gave a TED Talk on humanity's future, translating technical science into hopeful narrative. Lesson: leaders must connect their vision to a broader audience to inspire action. D. Balancing caution and boldness. Hawking warned about the potential dangers of artificial intelligence, yet he advocated for continued research. Lesson: leaders must weigh risks carefully while encouraging exploration. E. Sustaining growth. Hawking pursued lifelong learning well into his 70s, reading a wide array of texts. Lesson: continuous growth is the lifeblood of long-term leadership. Motivational insights. When faced with limitations, innovate rather than resign. Diversity of thought invites breakthroughs you may not foresee. Communicate your vision in a relatable manner to secure buy-in. Adopt a balanced risk profile, protect yet progress. Actionable steps for leaders. 1. Conduct a resource audit of your project. Identify tools you can repurpose to solve a problem. 2. Schedule a monthly brainstorming session that invites participants from all departments and backgrounds. 3. Write a short narrative that explains your project's purpose in one page, aimed at a lay audience. Refine it. 4. Develop a risk matrix for your upcoming initiatives. Assign low, medium, high priorities. 5. Dedicate 30 minutes each week to read something outside your professional sphere. Takeaways. Hawking exemplifies how wisdom becomes action through adaptability, inclusivity, outreach, risk management, and persistent learning. Leaders can adopt these habits to turn ideas into sustainable progress. If you're enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe. Follow for more wisdom and leadership. What is one resource in your organization that could be repurposed for a new project? Chapter 4. Turning Hawking's leadership lessons into modern success. Stephen Hawking's legacy is not confined to black holes. His leadership framework applies today, whether you run a small team or an entire startup. We can extract 3 practical applications: collaborative experimentation, storytelling for impact, and strategic long-term thinking. Collaborative experimentation. Hawking, Big Bang simulation project, involved a cross-disciplinary team. Modern leaders can form agile squads that experiment with rapid prototyping, learning from failure faster. Create a culture where experimentation is valued over perfection. Storytelling for impact. Hawking's ability to convey science in plain language made him globally influential. Leaders should craft stories around mission and values using data, anecdotes, and emotion. A simple why narrative can unify diverse stakeholders. Strategic long-term thinking. Hawking's vision for human life on other planets guided scientific policy. Leaders today should set a 5 to 10-year horizon, balancing incremental wins with bold objectives. Develop roadmaps that connect short-term milestones with long-term impact. Motivational insights. Embrace failure as valuable data to iterate. Narrate your mission in a way that resonates emotionally and rationally. Align short-term tasks with a clearly articulated future vision. Actionable steps for your organization. 1. Set up a fail-fast sandbox where a limited number of team members can test new ideas for 2 weeks. Document outcomes regardless of success. 2. Draft a short story, 1 paragraph, that explains your core mission to anyone, including a child. Test its clarity with a colleague unfamiliar with your field. 3. Create a strategic canvas that lists 5 long-term goals and map the next steps to reach each within 3-5 years. Takeaways. Experimentation, storytelling, and long-term strategy form a trio that propels modern leaders towards sustainable, high-impact success. Hawking's principles are timeless because they are anchored in curiosity, communication, and vision, all essential for contemporary challenges. If you're enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe. Follow for more wisdom and leadership. How will you change your current project to incorporate a fail-fast approach? Chapter 5, Moving Forward with Hawking's Wisdom. Stephen Hawking reminds us that leadership is a journey of continuous learning, humility, and service to the greater good. To carry his wisdom forward, focus on growth metrics that combine personal reflection and collective impact. Step 1. Self-audit your leadership style weekly. Ask yourself, am I curious today? Did I keep a humble stance? Did I communicate clearly? Step 2. Build a network of mentors who challenge you. Schedule quarterly meetings to review progress and pivot. Step 3. Set a vision statement for your life and work. Revisit it quarterly to ensure alignment. Step 4. Practice resilience by celebrating small wins and learning from the losses. Step 5. Share knowledge openly. Adopt the open-source mindset for ideas, encouraging collaboration. Motivational insights. Leaders must be willing to unlearn as much as to learn. Humility leads to better teamwork and innovation. Purpose-driven vision keeps momentum in turbulent times. Conclusion. Hawking's legacy teaches that wisdom is not static but an evolving practice. By committing to curiosity, resilience, communication, humility, and vision, you can transform challenges into opportunity and build a lasting impact. If you're enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe. Follow for more wisdom and leadership. What one action will you take this week to embody Hawking's leadership principles?